Welcome students to How to Care for Your Recorder 101. I want to walk you through a few things with your new recorder. The first thing you'll want to do is take it out of the case. Be sure to notice in the case there's also what's called a cleaning rod. You'll want to make sure that you don't lose that when you're taking your new recorder out of the case. The next thing I want you to do is to get a permanent marker and write your name, write it on the case and also on your recorder. Now you'll want to write it right in this area, because if it's up by where you play or where you do the fingering, it will wear off. So be sure and label your recorder, and go ahead and do that right now. Just take a second. When you're done with that, the next thing I want you to do is to get a small piece of cotton cloth, and you're going to put it in the end of the cleaning rod. This is for when you're done playing your recorder. You actually want the moisture that builds up inside of the recorder to stay in there while you're playing. It helps make a sweeter sound. And actually, when you start playing your recorder, you'll want to warm up and actually get some moisture in there so that it helps so that you don't squeak and so that things sound a little bit better. Okay, I'll just mention that if the recorders that you have are brand new, but if you should happen to get a recorder that has been used by someone else, it would be a good idea to run it through a dishwasher. Just put it right in the dishwasher, or make sure you use warm soapy water to get it clean. And please don't ever play your neighbor and another student's recorder just because of the germs. There's one other thing I wanted to note while we've got this picture, and that is you'll always want to play with your left hand on top with your recorder. As we start to learn notes, your left hand will play this top portion, and then as you get more advanced, your right hand will play the bottom portion. So please start a good habit right now of playing the recorder with your left hand on top. Okay, you'll notice in this picture how she has her left hand on top. Let's go ahead and place the instrument in our mouth. Just place it gently right on your lips there, and be careful not to put it in so far that it touches your teeth or that you're biting it. Okay, and once you've done that, go ahead and just gently push a little air through there by kind of doing a whisper with that. Okay. One of the things you'll notice, and especially right now if your recorder is squeaking, there's pretty much two things that make a recorder squeak. One of those is blowing too hard. Okay, so you always want to be careful not to blow too hard. So if your recorder's squeaking, that's one thing to check. A little trick is what we've got right here. I don't know how many of you, when it's cold outside, will blow kind of warm on the window, and it steams that window up. You can kind of write on it, but that's about what you want to do with your recorder, just warm and soft. And the other reason that your recorder might be squeaking is that your fingers are not completely covering the holes. Especially when you first start playing, you're just really playing with your left hand, and that thumb, you just don't always realize that thumb is not completely covering the hole. So those are two things you want to be careful with when you first start to play your recorder. So those are the first couple steps on how to play your recorder with lesson number 1.